Like Spain has been terrible. I told Scott to cut off all dealings with Spain. And we have the right, as an example, we talked about Spain. I could tomorrow stop, or today, even better, stop everything having to do with Spain. All business having to do with Spain. I have the right to stop it. Embargoes, do anything I want with it. And we may do that with Spain. What do you think?
Well, sir, I think we're going to talk about it with you. I know that you have a strong power that the Supreme Court clarified.
Scott, do you have an opinion?
Sir, I agree. The Supreme Court reaffirmed your ability to implement an embargo.
Spain has been very, very uncooperative, and so has UK. Now, the second one is shocking, but this is not the age of Churchill. UK has been very, very uncooperative. What's that all about? And they ruin relationships. It's a shame.
Dos países atacaron a Irán unilateralmente, Estados Unidos e Israel, sin contar con la comunidad internacional. Y como he dicho antes, que vulnera el derecho internacional.
President Trump has expressed his disagreement with our decision not to get involved in the initial strikes. But it is my duty to judge what is in Britain's national interest. That is what I've done, and I stand by it. To be clear, the use of British bases is limited to the agreed defensive purposes. We are not joining the US and Israeli offensive strikes.
There are too many bad guys in this world, actually, and this is an issue we have to...
How are we going to treat Germany?
Well,
I think you should hit them very, very hard.
you knew he was right there.
They were helping us negotiate. For a long time, they were the kings and...
Israel, Mr. President, did Israel force your...
And Chancellor Merz, you've just been in China. The president will be trapped.
Pictures of Donald Trump. And I'm on the phone, probably talking to you. And I'm looking, and I see my picture. I say, oh no, it's another, protest. And then I saw a woman hugging the picture of me. I say, what's going on? So many people are saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. They've hit UAE, they've hit Saudi Arabia, they've hit Oman. They were helping us negotiate. They got hit. Everybody got hit. They're evil, and they're bad. It's a bad seed, and somebody had to do it.
Did Israel force your hand to launch these strikes against Iran? Did Netanyahu pull the United States into this war?
No, I might have forced their hand. We were having negotiations with these lunatics, and it was my opinion that they were going to attack first. They were going to attack. If we didn't do it, they were going to attack first. I felt strongly about that. So if anything, I might have forced Israel's hand, but Israel was ready and we were ready.
And commercial air travel right now is severely restricted in the Middle East, and thousands of Americans are stranded. Why wasn't there an evacuation plan, and will you send planes to get people out?
Well, because it happened all very quickly. I thought we were going to have a situation where we were going to be attacked. They were getting ready to attack Israel. They were getting ready to attack others. You're seeing that right now. And a lot of those missiles that are hitting in, those are stationary. Those were aimed there for a long period of time at these other countries. So I think I was right about that. We attacked first. I mean, Venezuela was so incredible because we did the attack and we kept government totally intact. We've taken out 100 million barrels of oil already. A big part of that goes to them and a big part goes to us. We paid for the war many times over and we're going to be running the oil.
The president said this is the weakest they've ever been. If we don't hit them now, a year from now, or a year and a half from now, no one will be able to touch them.
Because let's talk about North Korea for a moment. Very similar process happened. IAEA, inspectors, And one morning we woke up and they declared that they have nuclear capability. President Trump decided, and we should admire his decision, not to allow Iran to become North Korea. And I think he knew the time is of an essence, and he took the right decision.
Le détroit d'Ormuz est de fait fermé.
No van a prestar apoyo más que si en su caso fuera necesario desde un punto de vista humanitario, mientras no haya una resolución internacional que dé cobertura a una actuación que la realiza el ejército de un país al que respetamos, porque tenemos el máximo respeto por Estados Unidos, pero entendemos que en este momento el tratado no es de aplicación a estas operaciones en concreto.
Well, some of the European nations have been helpful and some haven't. Spain actually said that we can't use their bases, and that's all right. We could use their base if we want. We could just fly in and use it. Nobody's going to tell us not to use it. But they were unfriendly, but they don't have great leadership. They were the only country that in NATO would not agree to go up to 5%. So we're going to cut off all trade with Spain. We don't want anything to do with Spain. By the way, I'm not happy with the UK either. And it's taken 3-4 days for us to work out where we can land there. It would have been much more convenient landing there as opposed to flying many extra hours. So we are very surprised. This is not Winston Churchill.
Just heard that the president is thinking about punishing Spain. What are your thoughts spontaneously on this, and what can you do to?
As the president said, it's correct. Spain is the only one who is not willing to accept that, and we are trying to convince them that this is a part of our common security, that we are supporting the United States and Israel to get rid of this terrible terrorist regime.
Well, I think they're doing it. I mean, they're letting us land in certain areas, and that's, we appreciate it.
Ich habe ihm gesagt, erstens, Spanien ist Mitglied der Europäischen Union und als solches führen wir Verhandlungen über ein Zollabkommen mit den USA nur gemeinsam oder gar nicht. Und es gibt keinen Weg, Spanien nun hier besonders schlecht zu behandeln, dass Großbritannien und insbesondere Keir Starmer einen wirklich sehr, sehr großen, sehr, sehr wertvollen Beitrag leistet im E3-Format, um den Krieg in der Ukraine zu beenden, und dass ich diese Kritik an ihm, insbesondere nachdem er ja auch seine ursprünglich restriktive Haltung korrigiert hat.
En dehors du droit international, ce que nous ne pouvons pas approuver. Les régions devraient alors se poursuivre. Dans ce contexte, avec l'Allemagne et le Royaume-Uni, nous avons clairement dit.
What's the worst case scenario that you have planned for in Iran?
Well, I don't know if there's a worst case. We have them very much beaten militarily from the military standpoint. They're still lobbing some missiles. At some point, they won't even be able to do that because we're hitting all of their carriers. We're hitting all of their missile stock. I guess the worst case would be we do this and then somebody takes over who's as bad as the previous person, right? That could happen.
Do you have someone in mind right now? Because you said all the people you did have in mind have been taken out.
Well, most of the people we had in mind are dead. We have another group, they may be dead also, based on reports.
Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, is he an option at all in your mind?
I guess he is. Some people like him, and we haven't been thinking about too much about that. It would seem to me that somebody from within maybe would be more appropriate. I've said that. He looks like a very nice person. It would seem to me that somebody that's there, that's currently popular, if there's such a person,